Hey guys, welcome to Marcus Loves Movies. My name is Marcus Lee and welcome to my movie review of The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, the new movie starring Nicolas Cage as Nicolas Cage. Very interesting idea, quite a cool idea. Could go really well or could go really badly. I'm going to tell you my thoughts and feelings about the film in this review. Let me give you a quick plot outline, then we'll start talking about it. So the plot line is as follows. Unfulfilled and facing financial ruin, actor Nick Cage accepts a $1 million offer to attend a wealthy fan's birthday party. Things take a wildly unexpected turn when a CIA operative recruits Cage for an unusual mission. Taking on the role of a lifetime, he soon finds himself channeling his most iconic and beloved characters to save himself and his loved ones. So it's been well reported over the past decade or so that Nick Cage has appeared in a ton of films, and the main reason is he's got bills to pay, he's got debts to clear. So he's appeared in pretty much anything and everything that he can, and it's a shame really because some of these films have not been received well. They've often gone straight to video, and it's a shame because Nick Cage is a fantastic actor, but if you're an actor and you've got bills to pay, what are you going to do? You are going to act in anything that comes your way. So this film is aware of all of that, and it's like this film is Nick Cage willing to have a bit of a laugh at himself and look at what his life is really like. It's a film that doesn't feel like it's too far from the real thing. It's not far from his real life. So in the film, Nick Cage feels like he's on the verge of getting back into the big time. There's a film offer on the table, then at the last minute it falls through, but there's also this offer from a super fan over in Spain who wants Nick Cage to come over to his house and just chill with him for a week, and it's worth $1 million, and Nick Cage doesn't want to do that, but listen, you've got bills to pay, so he takes it on. This isn't, real life now. We're talking about what happens in the film, but like I say, it doesn't feel like it's too far from real life. So I thought this film was a great idea, and I kind of went in expecting it to be 3-star entertainment. I thought it'd be all right. I thought I know what to expect, but I'm pleased to sit here and tell you today that I enjoyed this film so much more than I thought I would. I thought this film was really funny and really entertaining. I thought it was really well written. It's got a really good script. I thought the first act, as we get into the first act, that's when I thought, okay, yeah, we're in for something that's a little bit 3-star here. But as it progressed, I felt like the film got better. We have Nick Cage going to meet this character, Javi, who's played by Pedro Pascal, Mr. Mandalorian himself. And again, that is a great character. And these two, Cage and Pascal, have a great back and forth. It feels like you get a really good buddy comedy as the film progresses. The best thing about this film is that Nick Cage is willing to laugh at himself. Like I say, I think he's a great actor. Lots of us think he's a fantastic actor, but you've also got to appreciate the fact that he's appeared in some duds. But the main thing is he's aware of all that, and he references that in the film, and he's willing to have a laugh at himself. Yeah, he's got people in the film who say, oh, Nick Cage, you're fantastic. You're the best actor ever. You're the one actor who can save the world. You've got these super fans in the film, but then you've also got the side of his family. We've got his ex-wife, who's played by Sharon Horgan, and his daughter, and they're like, come on, you need to get a grip, you need to be honest about where your life really is. His daughter is just tired of Nick Cage making everything about Nick Cage, and his ex-wife is like, listen, you need to get a grip as well. What you need to be is not this guy who thinks he's A-list and you're a superstar. You need to come back down to reality, and actually you just need to be a good dad and a really good role model to your daughter. And he himself, Nick Cage, he's in there, and he's also very much like, listen, yeah, maybe my career isn't working out as I thought it would. Yeah, I've appeared in some fantastic films, but maybe this is it for me. Maybe I need to stop. Maybe I need to retire. So there's all of that. So there's that real honesty from Nick Cage, which I thought was really good. Something that I really enjoyed from the start of the film is that we get to see an alter ego of Nick Cage. And you could argue that Nick Cage probably has a ton of alter egos that, yes, sometimes you can play it straight. And we've seen that wild Nick Cage, and we get that wild Nick Cage in there. This version of himself, a younger version of himself from the sort of Wild at Heart era, who's, young, got the leather jacket, he's shaven, he's like, yeah, baby. Is that wild Nick Cage that we're used to seeing, and we get this back and forth between young Nick Cage and older Nick Cage. We get a lot of that through the film, and I actually thought we might get to see different characters different versions of Nick Cage popping up. I thought that would have been quite interesting. So we see a Wild at Heart one, but maybe it would have been interesting to see a Raising Arizona Nick Cage. It might have been interesting to see the Face Off Nick Cage alter ego all popping up and talking to real Nick Cage. So that would have been really good. What I think really works here is that everyone takes this film, in terms of the actors and the performances, everyone takes it really seriously, because this is a film where characters could have been like, yeah, this is all self-referential, tongue-in-cheek. We could all wink at the camera and do fourth wall stuff and say, hey, yeah, okay, let's make a joke about this film that Nick Cage was in. And there are jokes about films, and there are little, references to little character things that happened in previous Nick Cage films, but everyone takes it really seriously, and I think it works for that reason. I think if everyone was joking about it, that would bring the film down in terms of the quality. So everyone is fully into it. I think the way that the film moves into the third act is really cool. This film is ultimately about Cage and this guy Javi, and Javi wants to produce a film that stars Nick Cage, but Javi could be a dodgy character. He appears to be the head of a massive arms cartel, but Nick Cage has to infiltrate and find out if that is really the case. But this Javi character is actually on the face of it, I won't tell you what happens towards the back end, but on the face of it, it just seems like a nice guy and a super fan, and that is all good. And like I said, as we move into this third act, I really like how they do that. They even reference the fact of, hey, listen, we're going into the third act of this movie, right? We need to figure out what is happening next. And both of these characters face some really tough decisions. But the third act was really cool as well. It starts off with Nick Cage sort of dressing up again in this other character with prosthetics. And I was thinking, I don't know if this is going to work now. I don't know if I like this. But that third act worked really well. So many things work about this film. Nick Cage is fantastic. Nick Cage is fantastic in this. But I also thought that Pedro Pascal, a character who we're so used to seeing in serious roles, I think of Pedro Pascal in Narcos or The Mandalorian. We're so used to seeing him being serious, but he's a really funny guy, and it was nice to see him in this role. We saw him in a comedy role in The Bubble recently, and I thought that was kind of all right. But in this one, he's absolutely fantastic. And just as this film has a lot to do with Nick Cage and his life, Pedro Pascal and his role as Javi, and this super fan, this guy who loves Nick Cage, and is a guy who just seems to want love and a little bit of attention, and to see his dreams come true as well. That was really nice to see. Javi's got a ton of funny lines. He is the ultimate super fan. He keeps referencing things in the film. So Nick Cage has to drive somewhere, and Javi's like, yeah, you drive, because I watched the Gone in 60 Seconds featurette where it said you did all your own stunt driving. And then Nick Cage has to run, and Javi's like, yeah, you run, mate, because I saw that you did your own running in National Treasure. All of these little things that, if you're a super Nick Cage fan as well, you're really going to enjoy. So yeah, I thought this was absolutely fantastic. I thought Sharon Horgan was an interesting casting choice as Nick Cage's ex-wife, because there's a ton of people that I thought might have worked better, but having watched it and seeing Sharon Horgan acting this, I thought she was great. As the film progresses, she has more to do as well. So actually it was a good casting choice, so you can be proven wrong. Ultimately, I really enjoyed this film. I think if you're a Nicolas Cage fan, without a doubt, you're going to absolutely love it. If you're not a huge Nicolas Cage fan, I'm not a huge fan, but, I like his films. I really like Face Off. I think that's fantastic. You'll enjoy this. I don't think you've got to be a fan at all to enjoy this. It is a really great film. This isn't about Nicolas Cage trying to show how talented and fantastic he is. I think if you watch it, you see he is a talented guy. It's just a lot of enjoyable fun. It's not a big Hollywood A-lister saying, please pity me. He's very likable in this. And I got to say that after this film, I'm kind of hoping that we do get to see more Nick Cage films on the big screen, because I really enjoyed this and I would watch this again. And I don't often say that going into the cinema. I'd probably give this one a couple of months, but I'd sit down with my missus and watch this film again, because I thought it was really good. So my official Marcus Loves Movies rating for The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is, mini drum roll, 4 stars. So those are my thoughts about The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I really enjoyed this film, but I would love to know what you thought of it as well. So please leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you absolutely loved it or if you thought the film was terrible. Let's have a bit of back and forth. Please do that. Leave a comment in the comment section. Whilst you're here, can I say a quick thank you for watching this video? I really appreciate you taking the time, if you've come this far as well, to watch this review in full. So please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you didn't enjoy it, just give it a thumbs up anyway. And if you do like movie reviews like this one, can I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'd really appreciate your support, and also hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I release a brand new video. Thank you for watching this review. Please stay tuned for the next one, and I'll catch up with you again soon. So until then, take care of yourselves, and thanks for watching.